Let's start with something a lot of families are quietly worried about. You've got a teenager who can edit a video, juggle group chats, and figure out a new app in 30 seconds, but asked to call the dentist, make a simple meal, or manage a deadline without reminders, and it's a meltdown. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And before anyone panics, this isn't a kids these days episode. It's more like the world changed, childhood changed, school changed, parenting changed. So how are teens supposed to magically pick up life skills without training? Exactly. Today, we're getting realistic about why teens need life skills, which ones matter most, how parents can help without turning into a manager, and what parenting experts keep saying over and over. We'll keep it practical, with examples you can actually use this week. Also, quick note. Life skills doesn't mean turning your kid into a tiny adult who pays taxes at 15. It means giving them the tools to take care of themselves, manage their time and emotions, and handle basic responsibilities with confidence. So, why does this matter so much right now? One reason is simple. The transition from high school to real life can be brutal when teens haven't practiced the basics. I've seen it with college freshmen who don't know how to do laundry, don't know how to budget their meal plan, don't know how to email a professor, and then they feel ashamed on top of being stressed. And it's not just college. It's first jobs, apprenticeships, gap years, living at home while working. Every path requires some version of self-management. There's also the mental health angle. When a teen has zero practice doing hard but manageable tasks, normal adulthood responsibilities can feel like emergencies. Basic skills reduce anxiety because they build a sense of control. A lot of parenting experts say some version of this. Confidence comes from competence, not from praise alone, but from doing things that are real and useful. That reminds me of a line I heard from a family therapist. Your job isn't to make life easy for your teen. Your job is to make your teen capable. That's the energy today. Okay, let's name the life skills that consistently matter most. Not the nice-to-have stuff. The everyday skills that affect school, work, relationships, and basic adult functioning. I put them in 5 buckets. First, self-care and home basics. Cooking a few simple meals, doing laundry, cleaning a bathroom, basic hygiene and sleep habits, knowing how to schedule an appointment, refill a prescription, or at least understand how that process works. Second, money, not investing strategies. More like understanding a paycheck, reading a bank balance, using a debit card safely, spotting sketchy online offers, and making a basic budget. Third, time management and planning, using a calendar, breaking down a bigger assignment, packing a bag the night before, estimating how long things take, showing up on time. Fourth, communication, making phone calls, writing an email that sounds normal, asking for help, handling conflict without exploding or shutting down. And fifth, problem solving and resilience. What do you do when you miss the bus, lose your ID, fail a test, get a rude message, or your friend group shifts? Can you pause, think, and take the next best step? Let's make this concrete with a quick example. Picture a teen named Sam. Sam is smart, funny, does fine in school. But Sam's parent wakes them up every day, packs their lunch, reminds them about homework, and brings them anything they forgot. Sam isn't lazy. Sam just doesn't have to practice. And then Sam gets their first job. The manager says, "Your shift starts at 4. Sam arrives at 4:10 because they didn't account for traffic, couldn't find the uniform, and assumed someone would remind them. Now Sam feels embarrassed. The manager is annoyed, and suddenly Sam thinks, "I'm bad at working." But it's not that. Sam is untrained. That's why parents helping with life skills isn't punishment. It's preparation. So, how do parents help without constant nagging? Parenting experts often describe a shift from director to coach. Directors do everything, call out instructions from the sidelines, and fix mistakes. Coaches teach skills, let the player run the play, and review afterward. A simple coaching approach is show it once, do it together once, then let them do it while you supervise, and eventually let them do it alone. Let's say it's laundry. Step 1. Show them how you sort and why. Step 2. Do one load together, hands-on. Step 3. They do it and you're nearby for questions. Step 4. It becomes their responsibility. And if they forget, they experience the natural consequence of having no clean hoodie. Natural consequences are huge. And I know parents get stuck here because you don't want your kid to suffer. But experts often point out, low-stakes consequences now prevent high-stakes consequences later. Yes, the I didn't wash my uniform consequence is annoying. The I lost my job because I kept arriving unprepared consequence is life-changing. Now, some parents hear this and think, so I should just stop helping and let them figure it out? Not exactly. Teens still need support. The key is support that builds capability instead of dependence. Here are a few practical strategies that parenting educators love because they're simple. Number 1. Pick a small set of non-negotiable responsibilities. Not 20 chores. Maybe 3 core things that are theirs, like their laundry, 1 weekly kitchen task, and managing school emails or assignment tracking. Number 2. Use checklists and routines, not lectures. A checklist is neutral. A lecture feels personal. You can say, "Hey, what does your checklist say?" instead of "Why do you always forget?" Number 3. Do skill practice when everyone is calm. Trying to teach budgeting during an argument about spending is like teaching swimming during a storm. Number 4. Teach the one then next method. When teens feel overwhelmed, help them identify one action now and the next action after that. Like, first email the teacher. Next, plan 2 study blocks. Number 5. Let them be badly competent at first. This one is hard. The first meal they cook might be kinda sad. The first email they write might sound awkward. But if you criticize every attempt, they stop trying. A quote I love from an adolescent development coach goes something like, "Don't steal the struggle, because the struggle is where the learning happens." Let's talk about money skills for a minute, because this is where a lot of teens are either completely sheltered or thrown into adult-level choices too fast. What's a realistic starting point? I'd begin with a simple 3-part plan. Spending, saving, and giving or sharing. Even if it's $10. The point is the habit, not the amount. And do it out loud. Like, if your paycheck is $200 this week, what do you want it to do for you? Not don't waste it. Ask them to decide. Also, teach the boring but crucial stuff. How to check a bank account, what overdraft means, and why buy now, pay later is basically debt wearing makeup. Another skill that doesn't get enough attention is communication. Teens often text beautifully and still panic at a phone call. So practice scripts. This isn't babying, it's training. For example, "Hi, my name is Sam. I'd like to schedule an appointment. What times do you have next week?" Or, "Hi, I'm calling about my application. I wanted to check the status." And email etiquette. Subject line, greeting, purpose, clear question, sign off. Nobody is born knowing that. Some experts say, writing a good email is a modern life skill on the same level as writing a thank you note used to be. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What if your teen refuses? Eye rolls. "I'll do it later," the whole thing. First, don't start with the skill you care about most. Start with the one they care about. If they want more freedom, more time with friends, more screen time, more independence, connect skills to that. That's the classic expert approach. Tie responsibility to privileges, not as punishment, but as a realistic life equation. More independence requires more capability. You can say, "I'm not saying no because I don't trust you. I'm saying we need to build the skills that make this a yes." Second, offer choices inside boundaries. Like, "You're responsible for dinner one night this week. Do you want to cook pasta on Tuesday or tacos on Thursday?" Choice reduces power struggles. Third, stop rescuing in the same area you're trying to teach. If you keep rescuing, the lesson never sticks. That's not harsh, it's consistent. Let's do a few rapid-fire examples that parents can use as templates. Example 1, time management. Your teen keeps forgetting homework. Instead of daily reminders, set up a Sunday planning session. 10 minutes. They open the school portal, list deadlines, and you ask, "What's your plan for the week?" You're not doing it for them, you're guiding. Example 2. Cooking. Start with a 3-meal rotation. Teach 3 simple meals they can reliably make: scrambled eggs and toast, a pasta dish, and a sheet pan chicken or veggie meal. Once they own those 3, add more. Example 3. Appointments. Have them sit next to you while you call. Next time, they call while you listen. After that, they call on their own and just tell you how it went. Example 4. Conflict. If they had a blow up with a friend, you can ask, "What do you want the outcome to be?" Then, what's one sentence you can say that matches that outcome? This teaches intentional communication. Now, a quick word about expectations. A 13-year-old and a 17-year-old shouldn't have the same responsibilities. And personality matters. Some teens love independence, others get anxious. Adjust the ramp, but keep the direction. And cultural and family realities matter too. Some teens have been taking care of siblings for years. Others haven't been asked to do much. The goal isn't comparing. The goal is growth. Let's address a parenting trap: doing things because it's faster. It is faster to pack the bag, wash the dish, sign the form, and send the email. But faster today can mean harder for them later. A practical reframe I've heard from parenting educators: think of it as investing time up front. Teaching a teen to cook might take an hour tonight, but it can pay back years of confidence and self-sufficiency. And if you're feeling guilty because you didn't do this sooner, drop that. Start where you are. Teens can learn fast when the teaching is clear and the expectations are consistent. Let's wrap with a simple plan for the next 7 days. Pick one life skill. Just one. Make it small and measurable. Step 1. Ask your teen, "What's one adult thing you want to feel more confident doing?" If they can't answer, offer 3 options. Step 2. Agree on a time to practice. Put it on the calendar. Treat it like a real commitment, not a vague promise. Step 3. Do the show do together supervise release method. And when it's messy, remind yourself, messy is normal. Step 4. Celebrate progress in a specific way. Not "good job." More like, "You planned your week without me reminding you." That's a real skill. Because that's what teens need to hear. You're becoming capable. You can handle things. You're building a life you can run. And honestly, that's the whole point. Not perfection, not control, capability. If you take one idea from today, let it be this: life skills aren't an extra subject. They're the foundation underneath everything else your teen wants to do. Next time you're tempted to rescue, you can ask yourself one question: am I helping in a way that makes them stronger, or in a way that makes them dependent? Thank for listening. This is Ruth Kongaika, host of Parenting with Love, Light, and Laughter. Share this with another parent who could use it.